The 2023 Google Annual I/O Developer Conference was a huge success, with several transformative software and hardware systems exhibited for the first time. But of all the new technologies on display, the company's new AI-powered search engine emerged as the most talked about product from the summit. In today's video, we'll explore this explosive search engine with AI capabilities and the true limits of its potential. There's so much to discuss, especially in regard to how this intuitive tool will change the way we inquire for information on the internet and strengthen Google's position as the world's most dominant search engine. So without further ado, let's get right into it. As the leading pioneer of search engine systems, Google has always been at the forefront of developing systems and models to enhance user experience and improve search functions. In doing so, the tech giant has integrated different AI techniques and AI-backed technologies into its search systems in recent times. But with innovations like large language models, otherwise known as LLMs, and generative AI, Google's search engine is about to become even more sophisticated. At the very least, this new development means that the capacity of Google's search engine to answer complex questions will increase significantly. In the back end, this innovation is powered by a combination of new large language models and generative AI, but the wise heads at Google have named it the Search Generative Experience, or SGE for short. So how exactly does this supercharged search engine work? Imagine that you just moved into a new neighborhood with lots of hills, and you need to purchase a bike to explore the area and exercise your muscles within a distance of 5 miles. So you open Google's new AI-powered search engine and type in the phrase, "good bike for a 5-mile commute with hills." As expected, you'll receive the traditional results showing articles and images of bikes relating to your search. But critically, the result will also contain some vital AI generative texts and images housed in a tinted box. As you can see here, the AI lists out some factors that should be considered when choosing a commuter bike. When it comes to design, this AI-powered search engine recommends e-bikes, road bikes, gravel bikes, and hybrid bikes for commuters. Also, it specifically highlights that battery-powered e-bikes are preferable for hilly commutes because they offer motor assistance. And lastly, it points out the importance of a suspension fork in providing a more comfortable ride for commuters. But interestingly, the AI-augmented search engine doesn't stop there. Instead, it goes over and beyond to provide a list of bikes that are suitable for 5-mile commutes with hills. And if you look at it closely, this isn't just a random list. On the contrary, it's a detailed and well-researched list that takes into account the reviews of previous buyers. The Aventon Level 2 commuter e-bike is shown as the top choice with the tag "good for hill climbing." As you can see here, nearly 2,000 people have purchased and reviewed the bike, which has a relatively high rating of 4.7. Next on the list is the Public Bike C7. It has the same rating as the Aventon Level 2 bike, but is significantly cheaper, with an estimated current price of $450. As you can see here, the bike has been purchased by only 266 people. This tells you that even though it is cheaper, it's not as popular as the Aventon Level 2 commuter bike. Google's new search engine also adds 2 more bikes to give customers more options. And just in case you're still not sure which bike to choose, there's a short write-up by the right outlining the key features of each bike. This gives us more insights as buyers and makes our decision easier. The concept behind this technology is quite revolutionary because rather than surfing through tons of articles and videos trying to find out the qualities of each bike and why you should buy it, Google's new AI-powered search engine has done all the hard work for you. So within a few minutes and without stress, you can select and purchase the perfect bike for commuting using the generative AI information provided in the tinted box. The results of this search and any other search queries relating to products are sourced from Google's shopping graph, widely known as the world's most comprehensive dataset of product sellers, brands, reviews, and inventory. As standard, this database consists of 35 billion listings and is updated with 1.8 billion inventories every hour. And unlike the usual traditional search results, you can be rest assured that the products suggested by Google's latest AI-powered search engine are of top quality. More importantly, the new innovation gives users the option to ask follow-up questions as a way of exploring their curiosity even more. For instance, with our first question about a good bike for a 5-mile commute with hills, we can decide to be more specific and request a red commuter bike. So rather than type a new search query, you can just scroll down to the bottom of the tinted box where you'll see the Ask a Follow-up Question or select a suggested next step. Clicking on any of these would launch you into the new conversational mode where you can ask any follow-up question you want. The system automatically understands that this isn't a new question, so it answers it in relation to the first question that we asked. In this case, we want a red e-bike that's available to navigate hills. So we simply input the follow-up question, e-bikes in red. The result is returned with an intuitive integrated experience, showing different options including ad-labeled sponsored shopping links. Apparently, Google plans to make money from the AI-powered search, but that's not bad considering the amount of value that the system offers. After all, the main goal is to provide users with relevant results that will help them purchase the best products on the internet. But let's say I want something different, like a dress with trending color for an outdoor wedding in Miami, and I want it delivered within 2 days. I can submit a search query that reads, "Dress for an outdoor wedding in Miami in May in a trending color with 2-day delivery." Normally, this is a complex search query with multiple requirements that Google's search engine may not be able to answer. But with the new AI generative system, the search engine can surf the internet in search of a dress that meets all of these criteria. First, it highlights some factors that should be considered when picking a dress for an outdoor event in Miami. It also predicts the type of weather to expect. Then, it proceeds to display some dresses that fit these criteria and can be delivered within 2 days. So let's say I found the perfect dress for this event, but we don't know which stores will fit. We can simply scroll down to the bottom of the tinted box where options like Ask a Follow-up and matching accessories are situated. If we click Ask a Follow-up right here, we can ask the search engine a follow-up question like, "What about shoes?" and it will generate relevant results like this. The results are refined and assembled live, allowing users to access the best of the web. Furthermore, Google's new AI-powered search engines can also handle search queries that are not related to products. For instance, you can ask a multifaceted question like, "What is better for a family with kids under 3 and a dog, Bryce Canyon or Archie's National Park?" Here, you can see how the system specifies that both parks are family-friendly in the first sentence. The second sentence explains the rules of each park as it relates to dogs. Then it goes on to list out the distinct features of the Bryce Canyon and Arches National Park, giving the user more insights. And if you look towards the right-hand side here, you find links to articles that go in depth into what both parks offer. We can also click here to expand our view and access all the results in detail. In the same way, I can ask the search engine to compare 2 lunch spots around me that can accommodate big groups. As you can see, it responds with a detailed comparison of 2 meal options from 2 different restaurants. But let's say my favorite food spot called Hi Hat Cafe is omitted from the comparison and I'd like for the generative AI search to include it. I can simply ask a follow-up question like, "How about Hi Hat Cafe?" And within a few seconds, the system generates a meal option from Hi Hat Cafe and compares it with the first result. So I've managed to squeeze in my favorite food spot into the equation by asking just one additional question. That's absolutely incredible. And need I mention that you can also ask this intuitive generative AI search engine to create a training plan that will enable you to run 10 kilometers by the end of the summer, and it'll oblige your request? It sounds unreal, but it's actually very much possible. As always, it provides some recommendations, and then it continues with a detailed list of what your training regime would look like from week 1 to week 2, all the way to the summer when you should be ready to run 10 kilometers. More importantly, the system also returns video examples of some training routines, so you don't have to create another search query for that. And if you'd like to explore your curiosity a bit more, you can ask even more technical questions. For example, when asked which planet is most similar to Earth, Google's new AI-powered generative search engine revealed some Earth-like planets. On the right side, it highlights 3 articles from 3 reputable websites, including NASA, that explains the topic in detail. That shows how comprehensive and thoughtful the system is, because when you talk about things relating to space, you probably wouldn't find a more reliable source than NASA. But what if we confront this new technology with controversial questions? Would it still deliver impressive results like it has done with all our examples so far? Well, there's only one way to find out. So let's say I ask this question: is a hot dog a sandwich? After a few seconds of processing, the system returns its answer, and for me, it's beyond impressive. First, it recognizes the fact that opinions are divided about this topic, and it duly highlights it at the top. Next, it provides the results of a survey to add some context, but overall, it doesn't take a definitive stand, which is quite impressive. To complement this generative AI technology, Google has added a perspective feature that will provide a more human touch to digital information by helping users understand topics through the experiences and perspectives of other users. Also, the tech giant says that the new experience is built on Google's ranking and safety systems, which is constantly being developed and improved to curtail the excesses of generative AI and large language models, as well as to ensure the quality and reliability of search results. As Google's vice president leading search, Kathy Edwards, said in the I/O event, the new generative AI capabilities will make searching smarter and simpler, and we cannot help but agree. From the examples we've seen so far, the technology looks so sophisticated and much more advanced than what other competitors like Microsoft are offering. Unfortunately, only people in the United States are allowed to test this service for now, but we expect that Google will make it available to users in other countries in the coming months. What do you make of this new AI-powered search engine, and what other Google launches would you like us to explore? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more insightful videos like this one.